How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about a bit of a different situation and how, in my opinion, my personal opinion, Xbox influencers are actually causing more damage to the Xbox brand, to the way Xbox is actually being portrayed than Xbox are doing themselves. And it's becoming a bit of a problem. The flip flopping, the constant changing, the changing dynamics, the way they are actually, switching from one side extreme to the other extreme. We've seen, bigger influencers losing their minds entirely and completely going off the deep end with regards to how Xbox is actually dealing with what they're doing. But honestly, some of the stuff that we're seeing right now is starting to get a little silly, and it almost looks like I'm gonna follow wherever the trail goes. That's making me the most views and clicks. And I get it, being an influencer, doing YouTube is a business. But at what point does it stop being a business and does it start becoming annoying for people to watch? And you start getting, your integrity starts to get hit by this. Now, obviously, over here we're seeing a Colt Eastwood tweet. I'm not directing this literally at him, or I'm not going to be, calling out anyone in particular. I just picked this tweet out because this was fresh, this was new. It's been on my mind to talk about this for a while. This popped up, and I figured this would be the right time to actually talk about this because it is becoming a problem. So before we continue, before we get started and getting into the nitty-gritty of the discussion, if you do find this video useful, do consider hitting that like button, hit that red button to subscribe, hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release. It really helps the YouTube algorithm and really does help my channel grow and get, noticed by other people. So if you could support the channel, that'd be great. All right, so here we go. So we have this statement over here from Colt Eastwood. PlayStation fans have been waiting 18 years for Gears. Now, this has been, the flip flop here has been astounding. From Xbox is getting exclusives, PlayStation will never see these games, to, oh my God, PlayStation fans are finally going to experience Xbox greatness. Then PlayStation fans are never going to see this because this is Xbox exclusive. Elder Scrolls is exclusive. Doom is exclusive. I'm so happy. Doom will be exclusive and no one can ever play it outside of Xbox fans and PC fans, obviously. And then, oh my God, everyone else is going to get to experience. The flip flopping is out of control. And we're all telling Microsoft to pick a lane. But when the influencers themselves are doing a fantastic job in not picking a lane, you kind of have to wonder, why are we blaming Microsoft when influencers themselves are just not doing what they're supposed to be doing? And I'm not saying you don't call out Microsoft. I, for one, have called out Microsoft multiple times. You all know this watching my videos because you've given me a lot of shit for it as well. But I still do it because I feel that checks and balances are good. I feel like this is the sort of thing that we need to do to hold accountable, when needed to be held accountable. There are stuff that Microsoft do that I'm not happy with, the decisions that they make that I'm not overly pleased with. And I hope you're liking the new light. I finally got it. It came through. It's pretty cool. But in the end, I kind of have this path. I can see where they're going. I can see what they're doing, but it's kind of like they're kind of 70% in, 30% out because they're scared to fully commit. And what I want is full commitment. So I can see that they are fully committed down this path, be it win or lose. It doesn't matter. I just want them to pick a lane and go through. That's been my position all along. And when I post tweets and saying, I just want Microsoft to be, you know, just to come out with their vision and say this, I get a lot of hate for this. Why is it that other people don't have to do this? We kind of know where everyone else is. We know where Nintendo is. We know where Sony is. But with Microsoft, it's almost like every other week we're hearing something new. And this is primarily because of the influencers. Now, where they're getting their information from is unknown. Whether they're making it up, whether the voices in their heads are telling them, or whether it's just something that they want to do to be able to get engagement in order to push their views and numbers up. I just cannot tell you. I really cannot tell you. But this news about Gears of War Phoenix Collection going multi-plat, PlayStation day and date, we've seen a number of people now saying this, I think is weird, right? It's weird. I people are championing this, and I know some of the people are going to come out on this in the comment section now and say, "Why are you trying to gate video games from other people?" Can you go to every single Sony influencer YouTube video and say the same thing instead of just coming to an Xbox channel and doing that? If you're only just doing it for the Xbox channels, piss off. That's as literal as I can put it. It has to work both ways, not just one, right? Because people who have an Xbox, who have their whole ecosystem in an Xbox, don't and can't afford a second console, don't want to be able, they want to be able to play other games as well. But it shouldn't be okay for one side to do it and not the other. So if you are championing this, get off your goddamn ass, go to other channels as well who are of the opposite side and start posting the same shit and see how quickly you'll run out of the room. So now that I've got you guys out the way, because you guys are a waste of space, no disrespect, but you add nothing to the conversation other than trying to play the middle ground. Gears is a Xbox franchise. It is a Xbox platform. It's an Xbox game, pure and through. There's only 3 or 4 real Xbox games out there that are, in my opinion, built for Xbox. You have Halo, you have Gears, you have Forza, you have Fable. There's probably a few more in there that, are Xbox centric. But, when you're thinking of the likes of Starfield, you're thinking of the likes of Doom, you're thinking of the likes of Elder Scrolls, Xbox isn't the first game that comes to your mind. Sure, there has been Xbox exclusive games from these companies that have landed, like Doom 3, that was originally an Xbox exclusive. I think maybe one of the original Elder Scrolls was Xbox console exclusive. It wasn't on the PlayStation platform. But overall, those games kind of have always been multiplayer. You may have had like the original timed exclusivity or maybe a full exclusivity, but they've generally been multiplayer. But the games that have always kind of signified a kind of brand appreciation is Gears, Halo, Forza, and I guess Fable, right? Like I said, there's probably a few more that's not coming to mind right now when I'm doing this because I am not reading from a script. I'm just talking. Now, if I look at other PlayStation content creators, and I'm going to name a few here, like MBG, we have Marlon. You will never see them ever just turn around and say, I'm happy that all of these people are going to get to play The Last of Us. I'm happy that a lot of these people are going to get to play Ghost of Tsushima. They want it day and day on their platform so their platform can succeed. Now, obviously, that's also tied to their channel, tied to their business. So there is other aspects as to why they want this. But you will never see them turning around and championing the fact that they want these first-party games to go over to a rival platform. So why is it Xbox content creators do this? Now, I've been quite stern and quite transparent in how I feel. I play on all platforms, but I do like exclusives. I do feel exclusives are good because they allow the developers to push that level of fidelity, that level of gameplay, or whatever you want to call it, to the next level because it is targeting one platform. We've heard Peter Hines turn around and say, if we are targeting fewer platforms, we can optimize better. So it's no secret that for developers, this is also a better option. The fewer platforms means the better they can achieve. Also, it just means the quicker turnaround, right? And the more they can actually get the games out at a quicker pace. So why do we have Xbox content creators championing things like this? I don't get it. Now, if we look at this over here, we have Loco Cops. I'm just going to call him that. He says doubt. Colt again here says just apologize. Gears of War creator thinks the more the merrier in regards to Gears. Now, this is so misleading, right? Because Gears of War creator thinks the more the merrier in regards to getting Gears on PS5. And now if we look at this, people have been joking about Gears of War coming to PlayStation for well over like a decade. And, I think the more the merrier. If people own a PS5 and get to play and experience the next gen Gears games, that means more Gears of War tattoos. Of course, and this is the big point here, right? The famous developer is no longer involved with Gears in any fashion. So what he says means absolutely jack shit. That is the bottom line. I don't mean any disrespect to him. He is the godfather of Gears of War, but quite honestly, the fact that he is not involved in Gears in any fashion means his opinion means fuck all. Literally, jack shit. And turning around and asking people to apologize for something like this because someone who is now completely irrelevant to the project has said more the merrier means nothing, right? We've also seen people championing the fact that, Xbox is going to release Doom on multi-platforms. We've also seen others posting tweets saying that, Xbox is going to have a different version of a console setup when nothing has been confirmed, right? We have seen, if you've seen my previous video, that kind of Discord list of things coming where they say that the Xbox is going to have a reference version. Now everyone is running with that, and all the content creators are running with this as well, trying to say this is a great thing. It's not. The 3DO did it and it fucking sucked. It's not going to be a great thing because everyone's going to have a different version. No one's going to support it. Everything's going to go to the PC. The Xbox brand will die. It doesn't work. It's already been tested. And even if you do try it, you're going to pay 500 quid for your Xbox, and then 2 weeks later, Asus is going to release one with like 25% more power for £50 more. Ain't you going to feel cheated about that? This isn't the way. This is not the approach. Now, obviously, with the handheld, you can tweak that and do what you want, but you need to keep it uniform. That is the whole purpose of a console. It's uniform so everyone playing on the console keeps it standard. But I think the influencers here are just doing more damage than good. I think what they're doing is just not right. Instead of kind of pushing back, turning around and saying this isn't acceptable, turning around and saying, I don't want this. They are kind of, and I guarantee you, right? I guarantee you, if at the upcoming Xbox Showcase on June the 9th, which hopefully I should be streaming because 31st of May is when I should be getting my internet back and not requiring 4 hours to upload a video like this one. If Gears of War Phoenix Collection is announced to be Xbox exclusive, no other console is getting it. Not PlayStation, not Nintendo. Obviously, it's going to go to PC. But if it's announced as Xbox exclusive, you'll see the same content creators come out saying, suck it, bros, Gears of War Phoenix Collection is Xbox exclusive, and this is going to look amazing, and you can only dream of having something. You can see this dynamic shift in how they portray it. And it just seems like they're not willing to go with the hard. They just want to ride the easy, and they're willing to go with any rumor that can actually make them look. I don't know. I really don't know at this point. It's weird to me. Like when I look at the Nintendo side, they wouldn't do this. If you look at the PlayStation side, they wouldn't do this. If you look at Xbox influencers, they are all over the place. And maybe Microsoft has a part to play in this with them not outlining the true vision that they have and what they want to do. I don't know. But stuff like this, PlayStation fans have been waiting 18 years for Gears, and then turning around and saying that it's definite, this dude over here has said it's coming. And then we find out over here that my dude has no interaction or is involved in any way or any fashion with Gears because he's out, he's gone, he's finished, he's done. His statement isn't just a throwaway statement, it's a nothing burger. It's nothing. So to me, it just means it's just a pointless situation. And I feel like, honestly, Xbox's worst enemy isn't the actual PlayStation community. It's not the Nintendo community or the elitist PC community. It's not. None of these are Xbox's worst enemy. Xbox's worst enemy is right at home. It's their own creators. It's their own influencers. It's their own community. They are the ones doing more damage, more bad, and more disruption than anyone else. I, for one, personally, will not believe anything until it's officially announced. I will talk about it. I will give my opinion. Everyone is entitled to give their opinion. No one is saying that you can't. You should be giving an opinion. You should be putting out your statements, and you should be saying how you feel, because these messages are seen. I mean, not everything, obviously, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. They are seen. They may not have any impact ultimately, but they are seen. But to turn around and start championing that, PlayStation gamers or Nintendo gamers are going to play all of Xbox games, why? Why? That just brings the end of Xbox. Because if they're going to get the games day and date, and you're championing this day and date, why would you yourself go and buy an Xbox? Literally, I mean, you'll keep your current Xbox so you can play your backwards compatibility games and stuff like that. But what reason would you have to buy the next Xbox? If the current one can play all your backwards compatible stuff and everything else, and it's going to get upgraded anyway with more support, what's the reason? Just go buy another console and a PC and you're done. The point I'm making here is we are our own worst enemy. Talk about it, but don't champion it. Don't sit there and embrace it like it's the best thing since sliced bread, because it's not. And when people have invested a lot of money into their consoles and their ecosystem, and for it to kind of almost look like they're just completely throwing in the white towel and saying, we are done. And then you've got a bunch of influencers out there that are going, yes, let's do this. Let's get in there. Let's put everything everywhere because that's how it should be. You wouldn't be saying that. You would not be saying that if Xbox was in Sony's position right now, first place, pole position, super strong, super dominant, everything exclusive, and, in total charge. You wouldn't be saying that. You would not be saying that. So why are you saying that now? Why are you accepting third best? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. It's been something that's been on my mind for a while. And, after I lost my internet and I had to move, it was something that I've been thinking about. And then I saw this post here and I decided that I just wanted to make a video on it because it's weird. I find it so weird that the Xbox, the influencers, I wouldn't say the communities so much, but the influencers especially are Microsoft's and Xbox's worst enemy, because they themselves are enabling Xbox to do exactly what the community doesn't want them to do. They are the voice. They have the biggest voice. They are the ones that go and see these people, speak with these people. Maybe not have anything to do with, directly influence, but they do get their points heard. Their videos are watched. Their content is seen. And if you are enabling the action, you are part of the problem. So that's where I stand in all this. I think, things have to change. The flip-flopping and everything else needs to stop. Pick a lane. I've always said Microsoft needs to pick a lane. They do. They absolutely need to pick a lane because they need to decide what they want to do and just go balls deep and just get involved with it and just get it done. Whether we like it or not, at this point, I just don't even care about that anymore. I just want them to pick a lane and then be 100% committed in that lane. And if it's for me, great. If it's not for me, fine. But that's what I want. And that's my personal opinion. But all I'm seeing from everyone else is, oh, this is happening. And then 5 minutes later, well, that wasn't what I meant. I'm being taken out of context. When it clearly was what you meant. You clearly said it. But now you're claiming you're being held out of context. And then you're being told over here, oh, I primarily game on PC. Oh, but no, I primarily game on Xbox. You can't say both. That's an oxymoron. Anyway, I could go on with this for a long time. I just wanted to get this video out there because I think personally that, it's weird. It's really weird how the Xbox, insiders, the Xbox influencers are Xbox's worst enemy. They are the worst. They are their worst enemy. They are the ones, in my opinion, that are systematically dismantling everything. And some of them may reach out to me, and if you want to, that's fine. I can explain everything. If you want to reach out to me directly in private, I'm more than happy to have that discussion, whether it's on Discord or something else. Feel free to reach out to me if you've watched this video. That's fine. I will explain everything that I feel, and if I'm wrong, you can explain to me exactly what you feel, and we can have that discussion. But to me, that's where I stand right now. Let me know in the comment section below where you stand, how you feel. Does any of what I've said today resonate? That's all I want to know. Anyway, that's it. Personally, I think Gears should stay on Xbox. I don't think Gears of War Phoenix Collection should go to Nintendo. I don't think it should go to PlayStation. I don't think it should go to anywhere outside of Xbox and PC within the ecosystem. That's it. I think that's where it should stay. It's a primary Xbox game. Doom, I don't care, because that, Phil said legacy titles will remain multi-platform. Overwatch is a legacy title. Diablo is a legacy title. Doom is a legacy title. Starfield, I expect to stay exclusive to Xbox. That is how I approach this. That's my personal approach. Now, do I feel Doom would have done well being an Xbox exclusive? Absolutely. I think it would have shifted consoles quite easily. But it's sad that that's the approach that they're going with, and it's going multiplayer. And that's if it is going multiplayer, because we've heard Nate the Hate say it, and we've now heard 2 other influencers say it. And if you remember last year, Starfield was 100% being announced for PlayStation, and it didn't. And so was Indiana Jones being announced for PlayStation, and then it wasn't on the last second. And then everyone quickly hid their tweets and hid their Twitter accounts and blocked communication and blocked people so they wouldn't have to explain themselves. And that's probably, if this actually turns out to be a false herring with Doom and a false herring with Gears, I suspect the same thing will happen with this. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that discussion. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release. And I will see you in the next one. As always,